Hey guys, Loot Wizard here with another video on Gems of War, back with another team video, and this one is around Vash'Dagon. Now, Vash'Dagon isn't like this amazing mythic troop, it's pretty low on my tier list, but as for a team for it, I came up with this idea, and that is using the legendary troop, the Great Maw. Does have a guaranteed devour as long as the enemy troop is not immune to devour, so that's important there, but since Vash'Dagon will devour an ally and its damage is based on its own life, one of the ways that you can increase the life of this troop quickly is by devouring the Great Maw after the Great Maw has devoured another troop. And so the Mountain Crusher here is at the top, mainly for mana generation. We want to get the Great Maw full and Vash'Dagon full, and then we can go about doing the whole process there. Now, Leprechaun's in here just for some quick mana start. I'm running a double brown and one yellow banner because those are the colors here that we're really focusing on. So let's go in here and I'll show you a couple of battles with this team. Vash'Dagon is really a strange, very strange troop. Now, right here we got, I'm really lucky we had a couple of nice like 5 matches. But we don't have everything full yet, so I'm going to cast Leprechaun. Now we have things full. Get rid of that extra turn there. So we can devour. Now, I probably will end up devouring the hero here, because it's Mang, and that's going to be a really troublesome hero weapon. So, first of all, what I usually do is go in here, and once you select traits on this here, you can see what class they're using, and you can see if they're using a class that it does have Fortitude, which will give them immune to devour, and in that case you don't want to waste a cast of the Great Maw on that troop because it won't devour if they are immune to devour. Now right here, this is cursed, and this is one of the other good things about Vash'Dagon, and actually one of the reasons why I do use it with some other troops like Iron Gut, because it will curse a random enemy when matching brown, and especially if you're using Mountain Crusher, you're going to have a lot of brown mana flying around and connecting, and that will give you a lot of curse on the enemy. And if an enemy is cursed, even if it's immune to devour, it will still devour that troop, so that is very important. Now the thing here, the reason why I want to use the Great Maw first is that it's going to devour the enemy troop and absorb all of its life and stats, and so that when devour absorbs all those stats like into itself. So now we have increased the stats of the Great Maw by quite a bit, and that is where Vash'Dagon can really get a nice boost to his damage. So we just devoured the Great Maw there, and now we just need to get Vash'Dagon up again, and then we can just continue to devour the troop here that gets spawned. There might be a little bit of mana getting blocked, but if you have Mountain Crusher with Rock Solid, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And as you can see there, we ended up with quite a bit of stats there on Vash'Dagon. Let's go in here and try to use something different. Now, the only problem with this team is it's not like really powerful. It's just a team that I came up with how to use Vash's ability. And it's a really weird troop. For a mythic troop, it's very, very weird. So the whole point of it is you want to get your damage up there as quickly as possible. So now in this case, you know, we have a hero class down here. This does not have Fortitude. This is a very dangerous weapon, so I might just kill that with the Great Maw. This, unfortunately, is also very dangerous, so we're in a tricky situation here. Should I devour the Queen Beatrix, or should I devour the hero with the Doomed Club? You know, that's I don't know. But I think I'm just going to devour the hero, get him out of the way. Unfortunately, it has Submerge on it right now, which if I use... Yeah, unfortunately right now, if this Beatrix thing, okay, good, it got the Submerge off of it. That's great. Now, get rid of a couple of those extra matches. I think I'm just going to devour this here. And sometimes you get a nice, a good troop that spawns in. Like right here we got Yao, that is really good. But we don't have a lot of mana to feed it with here. But we were able to get that skull match, get rid of that Queen Beatrix. Now we have a little bit of mana blocking going on here, but that's alright. Unfortunately, this thing webs. I hate troops that web when you're fighting against them, because it really, like, see, my damage is now down to 0, almost 0. It's like 2. Just gonna do really nothing, so I'm just gonna get, what's his name up. Or we could just connect that skull and be done with it. But, you know, like I said, this isn't like a super amazing team to use. It's just kind of fun. It's fun to use different teams and try to make something different. Now, the other way that you could boost its damage is if you included a lot of support troops around this that gave it life, and that would increase its damage for sure. But its boost ratio is only 1/3 of its life, so even if you get it to maximum life, which is 1,000, you're only going to be doing 300 scatter damage. Well, a little more than that because you have your magic damage here on top of that, but it won't be any more than like 350 damage. That's true scatter damage, and that is against all the enemies that are alive. So it may not be enough even at that full amount. And it's going to be really hard to get it up to that amount, even with devouring your own troops. You got to devour maybe a dozen of your own troops to get it to max 1,000. So, you know, it's just really weird troop. I wish the boost ratio was more of like a at least 2 to 1, like half of its life, instead of 1/3. I don't know why they chose to go with 1/3, because it's not like even if you put it at half of its life, that all of a sudden, you know, everybody's going to start using it and it's going to be this incredibly OP troop. That's, you know, not the case at all. And I should have looked here to see if this had fortitude, but it's cursed, so I guess I don't really need to. So that's that. We'll devour this, and now we do have a little mana blocking there, but it's alright, because with Mountain Crusher, usually you got a lot of brown going around everywhere. A couple of casts, and I should have that full. There we go. So let's see here. I'm gonna devour my own troop, and there we go. We killed all those guys. So it was basically 2 casts of Vash to get rid of that team. So yeah, it's not gonna, it definitely is not like this really powerful team. Like, I'm sure if I went up against this Zolgoth team here, we're not gonna win, I'm pretty sure, but we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zul is immune to devour. Yeah, it is. And the hero class that they're using, that is actually not immune to devour, so that would probably be the one that I would hit if we can get the Great Maw up first, which I don't think that's going to happen in this scenario, because we haven't been lucky here to actually get enough brown coming down. Well, we didn't get it up, but Zul'Goth is now basically full, so I'm kind of screwed, because I can't. Now, if Zul'Goth got cursed, that would have been really nice. But anyway, we're going to devour the hero class. Hopefully that'll give us some kind of... Oh, and now it's cursed. Fantastic. So if it would have done that, then I could have devoured it with Great Maw, but it chose not to do that. And of course, even though Vash is really immune to lots of things, it's not immune to lethal damage. So I'm going to lose this battle for sure. I'm going to retreat here. So as you can see, it struggles with some of those types of hard teams that you face in PvP. But that is one of the teams that I did come up with Vash, just to try to figure out how to use it. So for what it's worth, guys, there you go. That's a team. And if you guys, you know, have different ideas of how to use that troop, then yeah, you can post it down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.